Okay, this is going to be week 6, day 3. It's going to be lesson 138. So with this one, you'll have activity sheet 138, which has words on here that you're going to cut out and alphabetize. And then you also have worksheet 138 on the front, homework 138 on the back. And this is going to be a review of the final stable syllables we've learned this year and all of the affixes we've learned this year. Okay, remembering that an affix is one word for prefixes and suffixes. Okay, prefixes and suffixes are referred to as affixes. So when this says that we are looking at affixes, it is talking about those prefixes and those suffixes that we've learned this year. Okay, so we will start out by taking a look at the final stable syllable picture cards that we've covered this year, and hopefully this will help you with the completion of the activities on those pages. Okay, you've got ruffle, full, final stable syllable, FLE. Now keep in mind, these are called final stable syllables because they are in the final spelling of the word. Also, the E in all of these are silent. Okay, you've got staple, pull, final stable syllable, PLE, bugle, gull, final stable syllable, GLE, bottle, tull, final stable syllable, TLE, bubble, bull, final stable syllable, BLE, candle, dull, final stable syllable, DLE, picture, chur, final stable syllable, TURE, delicious, shus, final stable syllable, CIOUS, nutritious, shus, final stable syllable, TIOUS, television, jeune, final stable syllable, SION. Okay, keeping in mind that that's a voiced sound, jeune. And then mission, shun, final stable syllable, SION. And then lotion, shun, final stable syllable, TION. Okay, so those are the final stable syllables that we've covered this year. All right, and we're going to take a look now at the affixes, which would be the prefixes and the suffixes that we've discussed. Okay, suffix ES. Okay, suffix ES means more than one or plural, like bushes or boxes. And we actually did a lesson a couple of weeks back on what to do to add the ES to words to make it plural. Suffix less, remember suffix less means without. That means you don't have any, like hatless. If you were hatless, you were without a hat. Suffix ed means it has already happened, like we jumped in the pool yesterday. Jumped. We already did it. Suffix s is the other one that means more than one or plural, as in we had 2 pigs in the pen. Suffix ing, which says ing, means it's happening right now, like jumping. We are jumping in our classroom. Jumping. Suffix er, which does say is more. Okay, remember it means one has more, so you're comparing 2 and one has more than the other, or it means one who does something, like a baker is someone that bakes, a teacher is someone that teaches. Suffix est, all right, this one is comparing 3 or more, and it means the most. One of them has the most. The suffix y means it's full of, like if you say it is sunny, that means it's full of sun. If it's milky, it is full of milk. Okay? Suffix let, let means small, poquito, we used to say, because that means small in Spanish. All right? Like starlet, wristlet, piglet. Suffix ly is how you're doing it. Okay, remember suffix ly a lot of times goes along with the adverb part of speech because that is what an adverb does. It tells how something is being done, like sadly, quickly, swiftly. Suffix ist, this one is one who is or does, like a cartoonist is someone who draws cartoons. Suffix en, what it's made of. So if I say it's wooden, then you know it's made of wood. Suffix ish, pronounced ish, this is who or how one is. So if you say someone is being childish, you're saying that they are acting or being like a child. Suffix ful, which is pronounced full, means full of. Okay, it was peaceful outside yesterday, meaning it was full of peace. Suffix ness, pronounced ness. This is the state or condition of something. So if you say my face is filled with redness, the condition of your face is that it is red. Suffix ous is another one that means full of. So if you say that girl is very humorous, you are saying she's full of humor, she's funny. Or if you say that bathroom is odorous, then it is full of odor. Okay, so let me make sure I don't have any more suffixes. Remember, suffixes come at the end of a word. Okay, I do have one more in here. Okay, suffix age, which says udge, okay, is the act or state of. All right, so if you're talking about a drainage ditch, then it's draining occurring in that ditch. Okay, if you're talking about a bandage, that's something that you're using to band-aid or fix something. Okay, so those are the suffixes. Now we're going to take a look at the prefixes that we covered this year. Prefix pre means before. Okay, that's why a prefix is called a prefix. Pre does mean before. The prefixes come before the root or base word. So prefix means before. Okay, like I need to pre-cook the pasta before I start the dinner. Pre-cook means I'm going to cook it before. Okay, prefix under. Okay, remember prefix under means below or not enough. Okay, like I underpaid the guy that mowed my lawn. That means you did not pay enough. Okay, or I went in an underpass. That's something that goes under something. Okay, prefix over means above or like too much. If you overpaid someone, you paid too much. Or if you went on the overpass, then it was a pass that went over something. Prefix miss means wrong or bad. Okay, like if you misuse something, then you're using it in the wrong way. Prefix re means again, like you do it again. If you rebuild something, you build it again. Mono, okay, prefix mono means one. Okay, like a monologue is one person saying some lines in a play. Monologue. Prefix bi means two. A bicycle has two wheels. Okay, if you're bilingual, you speak two languages. So bi, prefix bi means two. Prefix tri means three. A triangle has three sides. That's why it's called a triangle. Tri means three. Prefix quad. Quad means four. Just like our quadrigraph has four letters. It's called a quadrigraph because it has four, because prefix quad means four. And then prefix pent means five. Like a pentagon has five sides. That's why it's called a pentagon, because prefix pent means five. Okay, so your practice page for this week is going to be identifying those final stable syllables and identifying those prefixes prefixes and suffixes. Now keep in mind, when you are looking to code a word that you're not familiar with, those are the first things you're looking for. You're looking to see if it has a final stable syllable, and you're looking for prefixes and suffixes before you move in to looking for any of the other codings or any of the vowel consonant patterns. Okay, so we're going to take a look at a couple of the words that are on your page that you're going to need to code today. Again, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look for prefixes or suffixes, which are also called affixes, and we're going to look for final stable syllables. Okay, so when I look up here, I do identify a final stable syllable. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and code it with the bracket. I'm going to slash out the silent E. Now, I know that meant that when I'm thinking through that, well, let's see, Ms. Reiser's always taught us that a final stable syllable, that's the final syllable in a word. So I wonder what that means about this word. So as you continue to work through this word, you need to keep that in mind, okay? So I also see over here EE digraph, which is long E, silent E, because it's going to say E, because you should be starting as you begin the coding process to figure out the sound you have going on here, okay? This U comes in between two consonants, therefore it's going to be short, okay? So far I've got B, bull, B, E, bumblebee, which is a compound word. Remember, a compound word has two or more, okay? Compound means two or more, so a compound word has two or more words in it. You're going to split the word in between the two words. Okay, so bumble is one word, bee is the other. Okay, so there you have bumblebee, which, yes, indeed, is a compound word. Okay. All right, now as you go through that process, you know, as we have said before, that the accent will always come before a final stable syllable there. And then, of course, bee being its own word, it's its own syllable, okay? So, bumblebee. All right, let's go ahead and look at number 2, the second one. Again, you are looking for final stable syllables, prefixes or suffixes first, okay? With this one, I do notice that could be ing digraph, or it could be ing, suffix ing, okay? So, knowing that I've identified ing digraph, I know it's going to say unga, okay? So as I work through that, I'm going to go ahead and just box it as though I have identified suffix ing, okay? So at that point, I'm going to look for any other combinations, digraphs, trigraphs, diphthongs, any of those other things we've learned, okay? I don't in particular see any here, all right? You could go with the DL. You could go with that as a blend, okay? But now I'm going to shift into looking for any vowel consonant patterns that I might see, okay? So if I look at this, I really don't see any there on that either, but wait a minute, this is kind of weird, but I think I recall some of what I've learned here. I've added suffix ing to this word. So, I bet there was an E dropped there. So if there was an E dropped there, then guess what you did have at one time before the suffix was there? That's right, you had a final stable syllable, okay? So we're going to take that blend away. We know that the E was dropped in order to add suffix ing, and so now we can kind of take a look and figure out what's going on here. That's final stable syllable DLE, which says dull, okay? Again, we know an accent's going to come before a final stable syllable. This I, because it's in between the two consonants, is going to be short, okay? So let's go ahead and begin looking at sounding that out. Fid, fid, dull, ing. Fiddling. I heard my neighbor fiddling. Okay? So there you have it. If you have any questions about this page, let me know.